will try to look at what activities constitute gambling and which ones do not, and then also the modern forms of marketing that have incorporated gambling into them, and then also some financial principles. Okay, so gambling, the definition, as I was searching for it, there's one of it that it's about wagering or risking of money or something of material value on the basis of an unpredictable event. And then also, some of the characteristics that they gave, it is based on an event with an uncertain outcome. And also, it has a primary intent of winning additional money and or material goods. So these are some things that we'll be looking at, because when you look at a lot of activities, you may have some aspects of this featuring, and people wonder whether they also constitute gambling. And so we'll be looking at these critically. Gambling requires some 4 elements to be present. Risking of something of value, what they call the stakes. What are the stakes involved in this? And then also chance, because of an uncertain outcome. Chance must be involved in it. And then also prize, the hope of gaining an advantage or a benefit, or over another person. And then also there may be no compensation at all when you lose. And so those 4 elements, very important for us. And if you look at the Bible, the word or the expression casting of lots appears in some places. And then some people say, well, that may also be a form of gambling. But so if you look at Joshua 18, verse 10, we see that a decision is being made. Joshua then cast lots for them in Shiloh in the presence of the Lord, and there he distributed the land to the Israelites according to their tribal division. So it was a way that they used to make decisions. And Jonah too, and they said, everyone to his fellow, come and let us cast lots, that we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lots, and then the lot fell upon Jonah. And then also in John chapter 19, verse 24, we also see that Jesus' garment is also being tossed about, and lots were cast for it. So some activities to the left, then others on the right. The first one, gambling activities. That's the first column. Gambling activities. So we have lottery. That's the first one. We have sports betting. Do you know sports betting? Have you betted before? I love the honest answers. Okay, and then raffles, and then casino games, money doubling stands, online gambling. And so those are activities that have been classified in the first column as gambling. And then the other side, we have non-gambling activities, such as schooling. Yes, so somebody says, well, you are in school, it's a form of gamble, because you don't know the outcome, if you turn out well or not. And also you have to put some investment in it and other things. So some people say that, but we have to be very clear from the beginning, it's not what we mean. And then also card games, if you're playing cards, games with cards, that too is not gambling, because we will distinguish clearly what elements must be involved. And then also establishing a business. Yes, you put some investment in it. There will be some risk elements and all of that. But it is not gambling. And also investing in the stock market or buying insurance and other things. These are legitimate things that, do not constitute gambling. In the discussion, we may talk more about that. So lottery, of course, many of our young people may not be interested, or they are not into lottery. What may really excite them will be this aspect, sports betting. Do you like sports betting? Okay, so there's Premier betting, there's a super bet, and then, several forms of it, Euro bet, Safari Bet, Fan Bet, and a host of others. So all of these, mybet.com, Betway, all of them. And these days they are sponsoring big events, football matches. Our TV stations, some have even approached us and they want to sponsor some of our events and that sort of thing. And they have a lot of money. They have lots and lots of money. And they are very aggressive to take over the sponsorship of major things, major events, major media houses, and that sort of thing. And they are all over the place. They are all over the place. The way they do their things, very, very enticing. And so our young people are just falling for this kind of thing. And also raffles, of course. A lot of organizations do raffles. So it's a gambling competition in which people obtain numbered tickets, and each ticket has a chance of winning a prize. And at a set time, the winners are drawn from a container holding a copy of the number and that sort of thing. And then casino games. In a casino game, the players gamble some chips on various possible random outcomes or combinations of outcomes. And several casinos have been established. If you go to Osu, for example, there are several of them, and this is one of the things that they do. And the money doubling stands, and these days they get onto TVs as well. So Lotto, Stakers, and all of that, they are all over on TV. And then money doubling, money doublers as well, are all over as well. Then there is online gambling, which is very subtle. So they infuse it in online websites that the young people visit mostly. And you may not know that they are actually luring you into gambling. And so they will just be pulling up certain things that will be enticing you. And you just think that, you are just clicking something and then playing something, But then they will ask you to, connect your mobile money number and that sort of thing. And before you realize, you're actually involved in gambling. And when you win one, they suggest the next one because you want bigger money and you keep going. And because our young people are always online, this is a very enticing way to get them hooked onto it. And there are also modern forms of marketing. There are promos of products and other things that have been infused with some aspects of gambling, text and win promos, scratch and win, all of those things. They have ways in which they have infused some aspects of gambling into them, because when you finish, when you win one, they want you to go to the next level, and then they keep taking your money, and you may be unsuspecting. Now, some of the effects of this, the first one is that most people who gamble say that they lost control over how much time and money they spend gambling. Because it's such a way that they hook you and you lose your control, because it's been inbuilt into the system, how you lose control, and then they will just be controlling the process, your money, and you ignore other responsibilities that are important as well, because always you want to get onto that site or get onto that particular place to gamble, and then you become so anxious. Anxiety fills you, because you are always anxious about the outcome of whatever it is that you are staking. And then, sometimes you are filled with unhappiness. That's what psychologists say. When they've studied people who have been so addicted to gambling, you become so unhappy. Often you hate yourself, because sometimes you feel like you are the cause of not getting the next big win. You get frustrated. And then also there is that desire. Sometimes you want to stop, but you cannot stop. And sometimes you engage in illegal acts in order to support your gambling habit. And you cannot accept that you will never win back what you have actually lost, because these things, there is no compensation. As we said earlier, they have a way in which they'll just take your money, keep taking your money. Sometimes you win, and then, at other times you lose. But they will make sure you get hooked onto it, and they will get a lot of money from you. Gamblers also promise to quit, but cannot. And once in a while, they may win, and that keeps their hope alive until the losses mount up again. And if they quit now, they will feel like a loser. And then partners sometimes threaten to leave if gambling is not stopped. And there is fighting all the time about the issue. People, at certain gambling places, people fight because they have lost. And when a parent or a caregiver has a gambling problem, children can feel forgotten, depressed, and angry. And then also when family members learn about that their savings, their property or belongings have been lost through gambling, it can also make them very scared, angry, and betrayed. And the stress of gambling problems sometimes causes health problems for both the person who gambles and then the family. So anxiety, as I've mentioned, depression, stress-related problems, and all of that. Health problems in general, because psychologists and people who have studied these kind of phenomenon on people have noticed these problems with them. And then rates of suicide are higher for people who gamble excessively and for their family members, because the people most likely to attempt suicide are those who have some mental health challenges, like depression or use alcohol or drugs. And so gambling is not just what we are seeing it to be as a fun activity, but it is something that can lead to very serious problems. And if you want to diagnose whether you are getting hooked or addicted to it, there are some questions to be asking yourself. Did you ever lose time from work or school due to gambling? How much time do you spend online, on these sites? And then, has gambling ever made your home or life unhappy in general? And did money with which to pay debts or otherwise solve financial difficulties? And then also, did gambling cause a decrease in your ambition or efficiency? After losing, did you feel you must return as soon as possible and win back your losses? And then also after a win, did you have a strong urge to return and win more? Did you often gamble until your last peso was gone? Because they will start from very small, unnoticeable coins. But in the end, you will see that when you pile it up, it's a lot. And you will be having the urge to play more and go more. That is a big problem. Now, and then, have you ever sold anything to finance gambling? And were you reluctant to use gambling money for normal expenditures? Did gambling make you careless of the welfare of your family? Did you ever gamble longer than you had planned? Because sometimes people want to just gamble for some time, but later on they feel that, let's continue. And have you ever gambled to escape worry or trouble? Have you ever committed, the last one, have you ever committed or considered committing illegal act to finance gambling? Yeah, so these are some of the things that we need to ask ourselves. But there are some principles that are in the Bible that we can use to distinguish, what is legitimate and what's not legitimate, and to let us know that it's very important for us, to do what we can do in order to make money legitimately. And so the Bible, as we said, does not mention that word, gamble or gambling, but there are things that it has suggested in various forms that will help us make decisions. The first one is the Bible admonishes us to work diligently and conscientiously. If you read Thessalonians 3:10-11, it says, if anyone will not work, neither shall he eat. Walk among you you should be careful about people who walk among you in a disorderly manner, not working at all, but just busybodies. And you shouldn't be one of those. And Timothy says, the laborer is worthy of his reward. You must labor and not just think that when you throw money somewhere or gamble, you will get bigger, amounts. And then also efficiency. Let the person labor, working with his hands, the thing which is good, and that he may have to give to him that needeth. Now, and so there are several principles. If you go to the Bible as well, you see that greed is not entertained. Greed, because gambling is based on greed. They infuse in it something that will help you to always ask for more or always be thirsty for more, win. And the Bible does not entertain that. So you must be wary of what? Covetousness and extortion, because these are forms of gambling. These are things that, because you've not worked for it, but you want to get somebody's money. And then Proverbs says, wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. So, and in the haste to be rich, the person would have an evil eye and will consider not that poverty shall come on him. That's according to Proverbs. It's important for us not to be greedy for money and to get ourselves involved in this. Then also, there is something that, the Bible has also spoken about this very important aspect. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 5 to 10. Basically, if you go down there, it talks about verse 10. It says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. But thou, O man of God, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness." Very important that, yes, money is good. Is money good? Yes, we all love money, right? Yeah, but we must make sure that we are not greedy. And then we should pierce ourselves with all, sorts of things that will affect us. And then number 3, we must learn to be content. We are given according to our ability. The Proverbs says, "Remove far from me falsehood and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food that is needful for me, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is Jehovah? Or lest I be poor and steal and use profanely the name of God." Yes, it's very important for us to be content, to work hard and not think that overnight we can become rich through gambling. Paul also says, whatever state that he is, he's very content, and it's very instructive that we must know that. And we must be good stewards as well. We must be good stewards. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, and the world, and they that dwelleth therein. And as every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same to one another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. And so if you have something, if you have some gift or some money or something that you know that is valuable that God has given to you, you must be a good steward of it and not just go and gamble it away. And then the last bit of it is to trust in God. When a person desires to win the lottery or, sports betting and other things, he silently but surely proclaims that he does not trust God. And the Bible tells us also that we must trust the Lord with all our hearts and lean not on our own what? Understanding. In all our ways we should do what? Acknowledge him, and he shall direct our paths. And so we are to trust God and that he's going to provide for us. We should work hard and make sure that we are in business or we are engaging in things that will not just dissipate, waste away, and we become prodigal children of God. So the conclusion is we should keep our lives free from the love of money and be content with what we have. Because God has said that he will never leave us nor forsake us. And that's the conclusion of this. I'm going to open up for us to discuss, because that's where the real meat will come from. One question that people have also asked is about Visa lottery, American Visa lottery. Is it also gambling or not? What do you think? Let me ask you. Adamako, you want to go to America? Oh, umpe. Visa lottery is there. Will you participate in it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because I want to go to America.
You want to go to America? Okay, so all right, but is it a form of gambling or not to you? I'm putting you on the spot too much.
In a way, it has some form of gambling in it. But if you go further to see what is involved and the motive of you going there to work, because it's a game of chance to win, to go there. But going there, you are not going to rely on maybe somebody's money. You are going to work to actually gain something for yourself and maybe for your family.
That's fine. Who thinks contrary to what you said? The American Visa lottery. How many of you would like to play it? Hey, nobody. Hey, Heritage Christian University College. Wow. Wow. Ethical entrepreneurs. Easy. Let's go to America. American visa lottery.
I don't really know what it is. So.
Talk now. Okay, yeah. Who knows a bit more about the American visa lottery? Who has played it before, staked, or been part of it? Nobody. Okay, so I understand that. I mean, somebody who has traveled abroad. I mean, he's my friend, and it's through that. He says. So recently, somebody asked on Facebook. I posted something, and then somebody asked, "What about that? What about the visa lottery?" And so I was asking, what was really the procedure? So the fact is that that does not require you to bring any money. It is a free process. They want to give chance to people to come to their country, and that's their way of selecting people. But the fact is, you don't have to invest anything into it. It's not like our travel agencies and all the other, forms of going abroad and that sort of thing. Bring this amount of money, and then we are going to do visa for you, blah, blah, blah. No, this one, everything is catered for. And so it's just like having an admission with full scholarship and everything. So that's how he explained it. Yeah, and so there is an element that is missing from the criteria that we gave about gambling, which is about putting something into it. In this case, there is nothing you are required to put into the application process. And so that's what I can also say. So we can go, okay? How are we doing? Maybe the name should be changed, and exactly the name lottery. That's the part that is scaring all of us. So the name should be changed. Yeah, Dr. Boedu has something to say.
Lottery in itself is not a bad word. It's not gambling. Lottery. If president has one laptop to give to students, who will take it? So it's a probability method, and so it is what we call a lottery method. The lottery method may end up in gambling, but the lottery itself is not gambling. In that, the president puts the laptop here. He may write yes, yes, or only yes, no, 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 no for everybody. The only way he can get somebody to take it and it to be unbiased is to do that. As many students as are here, he will write yes for one, no for all. So if you pick no, you have made a choice that, oh, I didn't get it.
But the difference is that you didn't
yes. Yes. Exactly. But that's a lottery method. Yes. That is a lottery method.
This word I should have searched the etymology of the word lottery, maybe from lot.
Lots.
Okay, I see.
Yes. But it's not necessarily gambling. We can turn the lottery into gambling. Yes. Then I will put in the next one. Those of us who drive cars, the oil companies do promotion. Then you buy fuel, and they say, we are doing promotion, so can you fill this form? Is it also gambling?
That when you went to buy fuel,
Yes.
you got what you had to get for your money.
Yes.
And then they say, oh, additionally, we want to reward our loyal
Customers.
and that you should fill a form, and then maybe they'll. Oh, he's pointing at Prof. He said he should answer, Prof. Honorable Prof.
Seriously, if I'm just buying fuel and you give me a coupon, that next time I'm buying, I'm getting 2 liters free. I don't think it is gambling.
Thank you. Yes, Barry. Okay, yeah, there's a mic there.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask if online trading is also type of
Online
gambling.
trading
Yeah.
is also a form of gambling. If you're asking, what kind of trading? Is it forex trading?
Yeah, forex trading.
Okay, that's. Who knows much about forex trading? Where are accounting people? Dr. Bwedu, do you know much about it? The forex trading. Yeah, he's asking, is it about changing money? It's not a forex bureau that we go. This one, there's a new form of trading, and you put in something. Wisdom, you've been trading online. Tell us about it.
Forex trading is
Yeah,
not a
crypto.
form of gambling.
Say it again.
Forex trading is not a form of gambling.
Okay, don't conclude for us, but tell us what is involved in it.
You do put your money. Most times the market goes up, and most times market go low.
So it's like stock exchange.
Yeah. You
Okay.
just need to be monitoring it every
So
time.
you put in some money,
Yeah.
then they will be trading for you on the stock market, and depending on whether the CD or whatever money that you are looking for is going up or down, it also affects what you have invested in it.
It is not gambling. This one, many people do it, and if you don't know, you don't know. Yes. You see, there are a lot of stock exchanges all the world over. And you have money, you can invest in the Hang Seng, let's say in Thailand. It's about the movement of the stock. So you have money, you invest over there. If the stock price goes up, you make a gain. And you take it. That one is real business. If that is what he's talking about, that one I know about it. Seriously. You can invest in Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and the price of, say, a certain shares of a certain company will go up. You make your gain over there. You can invest in your stock exchange, and that one is real business. I teach the business students about this. Yes.
Thank you, business professor. Yeah, two more questions. Who is that? Is that Andrews? Okay. And then who else has a question? Oh, Auntie Susie. Hey, there's another question. Wow, today you're going to kill me. Hey, Patrick, another hand. Dansu wants to talk. Everybody, don't worry.
Okay.
I'll give you 1 minute each. So if you exhaust your 1 minute, that's your problem. What's the time? Check the time for me.
Okay, so
38, okay.
in 2019,
Yes.
MTN sent me a message that I should text SPIN to a certain short code.
Okay.
Then after texting the SPIN, I won a power bank. Is that also a form of gambling?
You won what?
A power bank. Is that also
power
a form
bank.
of gambling?
Okay, thank you for that question. So he's asking, MTN sent him a message that text something to a short code. And then, he won a power bank. And he's asking, is that also a form of gambling? If you look at the principles that we've laid down. Okay, Prof?
I don't think so. He didn't put any money into it. He didn't put any money into it as a condition before winning.
But I understand many people do the texting. They spend money texting, but they don't get. But my first time, I had a power bank.
Okay, so this one, they will be deducting your credit. Well, so it's a very subtle form, but Dr. Bwedu, you're shaking your head.
No, you see, this code thing is like you text and to a code and they deduct some money. Everybody does it. At the end of the day, they gather whatever everybody does and use it to buy. You can hear. Okay. You send the code. Once you are a customer and you send the code, they deduct money from, over there. And they do it for everybody else. And so at the end of the day, whatever is deducted is put together and they buy power bank. For example, they are giving power bank to about 10 people, and about 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000 people would all send a code. That is lottery. That is gambling.
Because of which element? The element of they are deducting your credit. Okay, so you are investing something or you are losing something, and it's based on chance as well, and you may win or may not win. That's what Dr. Bwedu is defining. Anybody with a contrary view? Okay, no, so you have won. Thank you. Yes, now there is another hand there. I'll come to you, Auntie.
Okay, so I had this friend in SHS that used to bet a lot, and
He does what?
he used to bet.
He used to bet.
Yeah.
Sports betting?
Yep.
Okay.
And he sometimes loses and sometimes
He wins.
wins.
Uh-huh.
So there was this time that we were all broke.
You were all
but-
broke.
Yep. But he was having 10 CDs with him,
Uh-huh.
which he tried another one.
Yeah.
And he and he was like, that was his last time.
Yes.
betting. If he loses,
Then he will never bet again.
even if he wins, he will never bet again.
Okay.
And he tried it last 10 CDs, and I think we got 1,000 CDs from it.
Okay.
Such kind of person, how would he be able to stop?
You're asking me how would he? But he promised
Nah,
himself
because-
that was his last time.
Since we completed SHS, I think 4 years now, he has still been betting
And
till
he's been-
now. And I think from that 1,000 CDs, a whole week, he was winning.
Okay.
He was winning.
And he never lost.
No, for
You're
one whole
lying.
week. So how
Tell us
would
the
I
full story.
be able to advise such kind of person to stop betting?
Okay. Thank you so much. So, as we are saying, there will be another story. Somebody has told me a story, but I won't mention the person's name. He was also on the same trajectory. And the person is here. He was winning, won even 4,000 CDs. But the next moment, he invested more, thinking that it's going to give him like some 10,000, and then everything is shoo. So how about that? So you see, that's why we said that it's an uncertain kind of thing, and they are interested in taking your money. They have a nice way of giving you big money to entice you, to hook you onto it, but in the next moment, they will take that money back. So that is the dynamics of the gambling. Okay, so tell your friend, hey, my boy, don't think that every day is a nice day. A day will come that you will come and cry to me. Okay, but don't take money from him, oh. Mr. Nancy wants to. Oh, sorry, Susie is here. Before. Oh, okay, don't worry. But Auntie Susie, please talk.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know the difference between competition and gambling because
Competition.
Yes, like awards, because they will also get your money. They, You will be enticed to
participate
exactly.
by putting in some money.
Yes.
What kind of competition is that?
Example,
World Cup.
something like that, or this awards night competition like that. And my
Do they put money in it? Like
you.
the one?
Yes,
Oh,
you
the
vote.
votes from the people who want to vote for you.
Exactly.
But you're not you yourself going to put money that I want to.
Is that you put your money.
Eh. You vote for yourself. You go and lobby people.
Exactly.
And then put a lot of money. Somebody even came to take my money when you were doing your SRC awards. He came to take my money to vote for him, and he won, by the way.
And the second question is, can we sincerely say that gambling is a sin? And if it's a sin, what are the consequences or the result for?
Hell. Let's not debate it. Okay, no, so competition and these awards. So that's why I said that these days there are several ways in which they've infused it into marketing and promotional products and stuff like that. You have to be wise. You have to be wise. I don't like awards that are based on you must vote for me to win that award. So whenever anybody nominates me for anything and it's about vote for me, in order for me to, I will say I'm not interested. Yes. You have another point. Okay.
I have been nominated as MC for this area. But many of you don't know I've been nominated. So I come to tell you, my people, I have been nominated for the MCE here. And so, and we are 3. So kindly come out and vote. So we can have at least for one time a very godly person being the MCE. In this case, I'm not giving you anything, but I'm just informing you and making you aware of what is going to happen. That is not lobbying for giving them money. But when I come and I give you money because I know bags of rice, share for everybody, and then yes, I give you some sardine and things. to induce you because weigh myself. There's no I'm going to win. Therefore, I'm giving you these things to vote for me. That takes to a different level. So these clear lines to be made, should be drawn. Professor Ntre, he goes to buy fuel. And then the much more he buys, he stands the chance of winning a reward. Yes, and then they cast lots because they can't give to everybody. So they give to Professor Ntre, and then Dr. Boedu doesn't have it. No problem. No problem. They are not paying anything for anything. When it comes to the credit something, when it's just like, because you are a loyal customer, we are going to, are you interested? Say put, and then they will cast the lot. It's there from where they take credit when I buy. They take 20%, 20%, and pile up. That's what Dr. Boedu is saying. They pile up these things and buy one power bank for somebody or three. We are investing something into it. But when I'm not investing anything, but because I'm a loyal customer to Tigo, they give me that award. Fine. That's rewarding loyalty. Please, let us try to set this thing straight. Lotto or lottery, gambling, has something that you put in. Gambling, you put in something so you can get something out of it. It's by chance. That is how you have to know what distinguishes between the two. Lottery, which is the fewer one reward, is different. Buy one, get one free. It's different. I'm buying Omo. And then you say, if I buy one, because I'm a loyal customer, I buy one, you give me two. Thank God, I take it. Because I'm already going to buy. I'm going to buy Omo anyway. I'm going to buy key soap anyway. Not because of the promo. I don't pay in anything extra to get it. That's where lottery comes in. But then it gets to a point where we confuse lottery with gambling. Look for the line straight that is there. And then do it. If it's not confusing. I'm glad somebody will read something.
Okay. Mr. Danso, do you still have something to say?
Yes.
Okay, then you'll be the final person after that.
Oh,
We must not confuse gambling with competition. Competition. Yes. And also we must not confuse gambling with politicking. If you are nominated as an MCE, 3 people, you are not the only Christian. You are all Christians. Christians. Yes, you come, you talk to the people, you appeal to them to vote for you. Mind you, it's a very big area, Ga West, Municipal Assembly, Chief Executive. And you come here and you talk to us in Ghana today, and you leave. Bye-bye. The next, let's say, no, we must not make a mistake. Seriously. We must not make a mistake. That is politicking. When we are talking politicking, it's different from gambling. Okay. And you come and you talk to us, Heritage, vote for me, and you go. Bye-bye. Your friend comes, he talks to us, everything. Oh, Heritage, I can see that you don't have a bus. I came. Yes, this is a bus that I have. Heritage, I'm leaving. This is your bus. Wow. Bye-bye. I'm gone. And you go. You see, we must never confuse politicking with gambling. His hand is up, yes. And so, let us be very careful. Otherwise, that is why then nobody will enter politics. Because when you enter politics, you must dip your hand into your pocket. Otherwise, you won't win.
That's corruption.
No. Please. We must not make a mistake.
Okay.
Then all those people there are not supposed. No, you see, the thing is, then all our politicians there must not be there.
Okay.
Let it. And
in order to canvass for votes,
yes.
They shouldn't use something to induce us.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Then we are not there.
Okay. Prof, yeah, I can see the way you are struggling. Let me allow you to talk.
I'm in agreement with Dr. Boedu.
Okay.
But we have to look at it in this context.
Okay.
Let's go back to our chieftaincy institution.
Yes.
If you want to be a chief,
you should demonstrate your resourcefulness.
Okay.
So you can't just be nominated, elected, and installed without demonstrating that.
All right.
Your ability, your oratory,
Yeah.
intelligence, your physique and everything is on board.
I see.
Besides that, you say you are going to lead us as our chief.
Yes.
Then you should be resolved in such a way that when we are hungry, you give us food.
Whoa.
So it is from this traditional practice that our politicking also does what? Come in. So if you say you are going to give us a bus, what's the request of Bema on Tama? So you have to demonstrate. And let me tell you, the
corruption will never stop.
Please.
Prof says corruption will never stop.
Please,
Corruption will never stop in this country.
Please.
If we follow this one.
Please, let me finish. Let me finish. The new African Studies building there was a gift from the Danish ambassador to the then director, acting director of the school.
Okay.
And once he made that promise, he went into our traditional practice and gave the woman a telephone, telefax, as a stamp of the promise he was making, indicating that he has the resources. And this is a Danish ambassador doing it based on our culture.
So resourcefulness must be demonstrated.
You have to demonstrate. And as to how, that is why I agree with him on the issue of politicking. Unfortunately, it has entered into the broad interpretation of definition of the Western concept of corruption. Some people do it by going to funerals. And Santino, on authority, we interviewed him, I have it on cassette. He was elected, one, because anytime he went to Kumasi from Apollo Theater, he made sure that he went to every principal home when he had not become the chief. When Opoku was installed, was in power, and therefore, as an Asante, had no right to contest for the office. He goes to Kumasi, goes to every important home to greet them. On that ground, when people were making their choices, where the other Kumasi are there be obechiayen. So we need to broaden. If you are looking at the way people talk about corruption and other things, why would the Presbyterians call for more hymns for people to give offering? Is it not corruption? Is it not inducement?
Okay. I'm reading something from I'm reading something. I'm reading something. Yes. Lottery and gambling. Okay. What are the differences? In lottery, players compete against each other. A lottery prize fund is set in advance. Set in advance. The lottery operator does not participate in the game. Okay. The lottery operator does not participate in the game. In gambling, players compete individually against gambling operator. It is the gambling operator's interest to win against the players. I love that. That's right. So in lottery, you and I, we don't, and they are the operators. The two of us don't lose anything. They don't gain anything from us. But the two of us are to pick something that has been mixed up or, to exchange or get. But in gambling, they as operators and we are the players, they want to get something from us and then win the game, and we are not winning. In other words, we are losing and they are getting loss in the Bible. The lot, I will extend it to lottery because the players did not lose anything, but or the operators did not gain anything from the players, but rather it is a competition between the players and the operator not getting anything. So that says the differences between the two.
Thank you so much, Dan. So final comment and then we can close. Final in just 1 minute.
All right. 1 minute.
Is it a political speech?
I want to start from I want to encourage the General Studies Department and the Theology Department to come out with something. We need to now set out our tone for the issue of corruption.
Is that what?
I'm not. That's why I said I want to encourage. And if you really want to do it, I think you go ahead to really search for the fund. No, it's a serious thing. I have always said that corruption will not stop because of our cultural background. And today, here you are, said it will not. In the sense that our cultural setting has led to this kind of corruption thing.
Okay.
And now there's a different dimension of because of the way the Western world has defined the corruption, bringing it into our culture. So it is something, for instance, you know me, Conrad. You've known me so well, and I know you so well. Should you become the United Nations as you have started
Secretary General?
UN?
Yes.
Conrad,
one day.
Would you not make me a part of that administration?
I'll consider you.
Would you not make ACC a beneficiary of this?
What
are you talking about? And that, is it
If he
cultural
qualifies,
or is corruption? So I think I want to encourage the theology department
and general
as well as the
studies.
general studies. This is a serious thing.
They
That
should
we
do a
can
public
raise.
forum
It's a
on-
serious debate.
Okay.
Fine. Fine. So then let's
All
make
right.
the text.
Thank you so much.
No, it's serious. I want them to take it serious.
All right. All right.
Then, I want to encourage the young ones.
Yes.
You see, we are discussing it not because we want to have fun with it.
Yeah.
But
to
the
learn
thing
and know how
of
to
the
take
issue
decisions.
of
Yeah.
we drawing attention to what is happening, the
Yeah.
trend,
Exactly.
the implication on us with the youth, the stigma, how do we call it? You see, there's an addiction in this.
Addiction, yeah.
And then there's an enticement in
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah. All right. Then let's be on our feet. Prof, close us.
We thank you, Grace Lord, for this time when we can think about issues, serious issues, and yet laugh at. We pray that you open our eyes and minds. Help us that your Holy Spirit will sensitize us to do the right thing even in these times. As we leave this place, we pray that you take us back to our offices and to our classrooms so that we continue this work of learning and teaching to your glory and honor. Amen.